As you are here, you are probably a fella who is in one of three camps. Camp number one, camp procrastination. Lads in this camp have tried lots of different hacks. They have munched supplements for focus and drowned themselves in caffeine. Whilst they might get little spurts of progress, ultimately nothing seems to work for them in the long run. And when their knob has given up the ghost for the day because they've tugged themselves into oblivion, it just feels like they're living in a dull little joyless cave where everything is painted grey. Camp number two, camp perfectionism. Here, fellas are putting in work. If you're in this camp, you might be getting off your arse and doing some bits and bobs, but nothing is ever completed because of over focusing on tiny little details, holding everything back because it has to be just right. Oh, if I could, it's not right. It's not right. It just makes everything so tense and stiff all the time. And if you do put anything out and you're in this camp, you end up hating yourself because of it. Hating on yourself, hating on your work because all you can see is errors and it pisses you off. Camp number three, camp nice guy. Nicey, nice guy. Smiley, nice guys. Too scared to complete or share anything boldly because they don't want to stand out. It's a very real fear, this one, because they don't want to be seen to have something genuine to say it with their chest in case they're ostracized from the group. So they hold it all in behind smiley, nice guy faces, secretly seething inside. And where this might have left you overall is with a constant sense of struggling in life without seeing any tangible results. Finding yourself chasing those shiny things, perhaps. Oh, if I just get that thing, then it'll all be okay. And then if I get that thing out there, it'll all be okay. And then that thing, I'll get that next shiny thing. Making excuses to yourself and your loved ones while you are still out of shape, while you are still broke, while you haven't taken that great idea of yours and seen it through. You think the answer might be in that shiny new thing. Pills, supplements, psychedelics, drugs. Just going to the gym or just getting more money. Right? Now, there's nothing wrong intrinsically with these things, right? Getting a new iPad, right? Trying some new supplements, some Shilajit, for instance, and going to the gym, getting fit and having some more money. There's nothing wrong with these things. But when you're chasing them outside, that's the problem. All of these things are outside of yourself. So if you find yourself in those camps, camp procrastination, camp perfectionism, camp nice guy, and you're struggling to complete projects and you're looking for those answers outside of yourself, that's the problem. So this is about turning your eye inside now. But how? How can you turn your eye inside and not just get lost in a muddle? Well, archetypes. What is an archetype? An archetype is like a really important symbol or pattern that shows up a lot in life and in stories. They help us understand ourselves better and plus the world and other people. In this training right now, we're going to get to grips with archetypes a little bit. We're going to move from those camps, camp procrastination, camp perfectionism, camp nice guy. And I'm going to give you the system of archetypes that I've been using very successfully with clients so they can get some fucking results. I needed to use a swear word there to add a little bit of emphasis. And I'm from London, mate. We swear, all right? Get some fucking results. Okay? So this is what we're going to do for you today. So this is the Green Man system. Here are two archetypes that we play with at the fundamental level and that you can use from today and start playing with today under this question today. Who is the man that you are going to choose to create? Because that is the fundamental choice that you have from this point forward. Who is the man that you are going to choose to create? Because it is within your choice. So archetype number 1, here is the overarching archetype. We've got the green man. We've got the green king, visionary king, creative warrior, absolute boss mode he's rolling in, right? Look at him, crown on his head, sun shining. He ain't neglecting the body. He's getting his push-ups in. He's prosperous. He's nurturing. He's giving. Right? He's serving his people, serving his loved ones, serving himself, and in nurturing and growing himself, he helps the community at large. This is a man of purpose, and this is a man with meaning, because a man with meaning and a man with purpose is not going to procrastinate. He's not going to perfectionism themselves into a clumped up mess. No. Right? This is about momentum. This is about moving. This is about growing and giving. Okay, now on the other side, we have Mr. Dumbledown. Oh yeah, Mr. Dumbledown. The archetype that we play with here. The archetype, this story figure that can help us and help you in your life day to day as you go forward. What's Dumbledown like? Well, he's like the shadow of the green man over there. Mr. Dumbledown, look at him pointing his big fat finger of blame out into the world. This is pure victim mentality. This is pure victim mindset. Sat on his rather well-sized arse there. Right? Who ate all the pies? He did. Yeah, because he's ignoring everything that he wants to do. He's neglecting everything that he wants to do. He's caught back there in the past. He's caught back there in the shadows, not achieving, not aspiring. He's a mess, Mr. Dumbledown, in a negative state of being. The self-talk in his head is fucking like so bad. It stinks. Right. So this is our polarity that we play with. Now, hands up. I've been in camp procrastination. I've been in camp perfectionism. I've been in camp nice guy. I've been the Dumbledown of Dumbledowns. Right. Crackhead. Wasting days. Slapping plastic grins on my face. Shaking with anxiety as I tried to order a coffee in case I said something wrong. I was, that's where I was. dreaming of wishing, I want to play on the stage. I went to an open mic. Yeah, I just wanted to play my little songs. I got to the doors of the open mic and I turned around and I went home crying. I own that now because I've played headline shows now. I could say them both with chest. I can admit them both. And this is the point. We need to own both of these. You need to go forwards from this point forward. Forwards, onwards, and own the two of these. Own your Dumbledown aspects and also own your green man aspects. And this is the polarity of archetypes that we play with. We are looking to amplify the green man now. And we are looking to get Dumbledown moving into the flow of creation. Okay. So let's go a little bit deeper. This is the system. We've got Dumbledown over here. He's just a big, miserable, big, fat potato head. Right? Bit of a created wimp. Victim mindset. I think we've got a good picture of what that's about. Now, the green man system is composed of 8 archetypes. So you've got the green man as a whole. And then we have 8 archetypes composing the system. So let's run through them quickly. And again, you can use this from today. Shortly, we're going to go on and I'm going to give you a very practical, applicable exercise that you can do to get some results very, very quickly. But even this system, you can draw this out. You can play with this. You can mull it over and use it from this point forwards. Okay, so we've got the king. The king is that part of yourself that knows essentially what's good for you. This is the part of you that is looking after yourself. looking after yourself as a whole with an interest of looking after your people as a whole, your family. And then we've got the skivvy, we've got the slave down here, because you need to take the bins out in life, don't we? We need to take the bins out. I have to wash my ass. If I don't wash my ass, then I'm going to get a smelly ass, and soon enough I'm stinking out the whole room and no one wants to talk to me because I haven't washed my ass. We need to do these mundane daily activities to keep a good order in life. And this line down here is the axis of order, the king and the slave. So we've got the king who knows what is good for oneself, and we've got the slave down here that does the daily mundane toils the field to keep things in good order, in good nick. Keep yourself in good nick. Now, here we have the warrior and the poet. We've got the warrior. This is that aspect of yourself that has objectives and steps out into the unknown and gets shit done, right? And practices and trains. And then we have the poet, this part of yourself that is immensely creative and imaginative, because you do have that. Remember when you were a kid playing those games, when you thought of ideas in work, whatever it might be, right? The poet is present. Imagination. So these two need each other. This is the axis of creation. So the poet without the warrior will never get those ideas done. So let me just find one quick example. I've got an idea. I want to make a roll of fabric that's sticky, and then people could stick stuff. There we go. Gaffer tape. Now, if the person who dreamt of gaffer tape had no warrior instinct in them, then this would have remained a dream and never got done. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, the warrior over here with no poet, let's use a gym example. You know, warriors keep their body fit. They keep their body prepared. But without the poet, the warrior's going to have no imaginative idea or vision for themselves or vision for their training. They're just going to be going through the motions, and it's going to be a very uninspired way of living. Then we come to the priest and the prophet. The priest is the aspect of yourself that learns interesting stuff in podcasts, in books, in YouTube videos, wherever it might be. And then you want to share that with someone else. You want to share that with your friend because it helps you, and you think what you learnt, that belief structure you learnt, could help someone else. That's a bit of priestly energy. Then we've got the prophet. The prophet is when you're speaking with a pal and you just go off the cuff and you start helping them and you're improvising. You're just kind of speaking from that inspired place. Yeah, that's a bit of prophet energy. Okay, that's the axis of helping. So, to round us up, then we have the final two, which are unnamed. Ooh, we're getting mysterious. But at the centre, where all roads meet, is love. This is the lover. You have the lover within you. Okay, if all of this isn't coming from a point of love, if we are not operating, right, I need a flower in me out. I'm getting all hippie for you. If we're not operating from a point of love in our lives, then we're going to feel empty. It's going to be vacuous. What's the point, man? What's the point? The warrior's not working from a place of love, defending his people, growing himself. Then what's the point? And it's true for all of this. So that's the point where all roads meet, the lover. Of course, when you're with your partner, right, the lover comes into play. So then, finally, the circle around it all. The circle around it all is the fool. Fool, just in case you don't understand my accent. The fool, as in the court jester, the universal idiot. Because this is a very important. There we go, there's the fool coming out. I buggered up the word important. Yeah, if I can't accept, I'm doing it all the time now because I'm thinking about this fool energy. I can't accept the important. Yeah, if we can't accept the fact that we don't know it all in the grand scheme of things, we're buggered. We're buggered. We're the biggest idiots of them all. There's two types of people in this world: those that see that they are a fool, and those that don't. And those that don't, they're blind fools. And the wise king knows that in the grand scheme of things, he is a fool. Okay, it's a very liberating sense to accept this. So if you've got presentations at work, wherever your projects, wherever these things that you're currently neglecting are, wherever they are, right? We need to accept that in the beginning, we're going to be beginners. We need to fuck it up to get it right. See where we're coming from? So this is the Green Man system as a whole at the deeper level. Draw this out. Return to this point of the video. Get to know these archetypes and spot them in your own life, where they're moving, where they're grooving, and in other people as well. See them in, if you watch films, what archetypes are present in the films. Yeah? So, play with this. To begin, so that's the Green Man system as a whole. To begin, there's something called the Creative Warrior Program, which concentrates initially on the warrior and the poet. So, my sharing with you, my advice to you is begin here, because the warrior and the poet, if you get this axis of creation moving, remember we're coming from camp procrastination, camp perfectionism, camp nice guy. We want to get stuff done, don't you? You want to get some stuff done. So the axis of creation is where you begin, the poet and the warrior. Concentrate here. Play with this dynamic in your mind and in your life. Now, this is all kind of ethereal and talky. So let's go forwards now and give you a very, very practical way that you can apply this right now, today. So, the exercise portion of this. To begin, we're going to visualize. There's a few steps to this. You need a pen and some paper. If you do not have a pen and some paper, pause it, go grab some, come back. Yeah? I don't know if you heard me little knock or something there, but I'm a fool like them all right? We crash and we bash, but now we're concentrating on the warrior and the poet. So hopefully now you've got your pen and paper. What I'm going to ask you to do now is just take a moment to settle where you are sitting. We're going to do some visualization. So now we're going to visualize a task or the goal that you have been procrastinating on, and imagine what it would feel like to complete it. You see what we're doing? This is some poet stuff. This is creative stuff. Yeah. So take a moment now and I'll talk you through that just briefly. So take a moment to settle where you are sitting. And allow your eyes to close. Just allow your eyes to close nice and easily, nice and relaxed. And as your eyes close, nice and easy, nice and relaxed, and you just follow the voice, follow my voice. You observe the weight of your body. Just observing, there's nothing to change. It's nice and easy, nice and relaxed. And now observe your breath. Again, nothing to change. It's nice and easy, nice and relaxed. And with your outer eyes closed, nice and heavy, nice and relaxed. Your inner eye opens up and you find yourself looking upon the project, the task or goal, one particular task, project that you have been procrastinating around. I want you to take some time to really concentrate on the details. Just look upon it. And now, nice and easily, just move yourself forwards to a point where this project, this task that you were procrastinating around is completed. It's done. You said you were going to do it, and you did. Now, take note of the feeling of that accomplishment. Take note of the sense that comes from you having said you were going to do it, committed to doing, and then completing that task. How does that feel? Okay. Now, in your own time, just nice and easily, just come back now and open up your eyes. Okay, so keep that sense. Keep that sense with you. Now, on your pen and paper, with your pen on your paper, just write down the specific reasons why you've been avoiding this task. Be honest and be specific. I'll give you a few moments. There's no need to overthink it. Just write down the reasons. Okay. And now, ask yourself, frankly and honestly, looking upon them, ask yourself if they are excuses or not. Are they really reasons, or are they excuses? So, having done that, what I want you to do now, we had the poet energy to start with, where you visualize the task and the problem. Then you move beyond that and felt the sense of completion. So now we'll start accessing the warrior a little bit. So the warrior loves a boots on the ground strategy. Okay, so break down the task into 3 small, manageable first steps. For example, if the goal is to start a new project, the steps might be: step 1, gather all necessary materials. 2, set up a dedicated workspace. 3, spend 15 minutes brainstorming ideas. Small. With this project, with this task that you have been procrastinating on now, we want to get you to that feeling, get you to that place of having completed it, having done it. But we need to start small. Yeah, it's step by step. That's how we get stuff done. So really take a moment now. Pause the video if necessary, but get 3 manageable first steps down. Good. Next. Commitment. Commitment. We've got the poet visioning now. We've got the warrior strategizing, boots on the ground. Commit. Commit. So choose just one of these steps to complete within the next 24 hours. Write down your commitment. I will do this thing by this time. Okay? Who do you want to be? Who is the man that you are creating in life? Are you creating the green man? The grower? The shower? Nourishing? Loving? Determined? Disciplined? Are you going to exist in Dumbledown and live in those camps forever until you're dead? The choice. What are you going to choose? Fucking commit. Let's have it. So commit to just one and complete it within the next 24 hours. Now, if possible, accountability. Right? This is a video training. Yeah? I'm not here to hold you accountable just yet. So if possible, ask someone to hold you accountable by checking in with you after 24 hours to see if you have done it or not. If possible. Want to get to a point where you don't need that. You can hold yourself accountable. You say what you're going to do and you fucking well do it. That's warrior energy. That's king energy. That's the energy we want. So, but if possible, use accountability. It's bloody handy. Right. So, this was poet, just to recap really, this is poet energy, this was warrior energy, this was creative warrior energy that we've just begun tapping into. So, to go forwards, right, I've got a limited time one-to-one call offer. You've got all what I've just given you, that's yours. That is yours to take, play with. Please use it. Use it. But if you're interested in going forwards now, then you can book in at an extremely reduced rate. Extremely reduced rate. Limited time. One-to-one. Call, book it below. Right, and we can really get those wheels churning for you. Right, we've done this now. Imagine what happens when we get together, we come up with personalized strategy for yourself. Highly personalized strategy for yourself to go forwards as a creative motherfucking warrior. Get out those camps. That's me signing out. Right? Create or be created is the operation that we are endeavouring upon. Here's the green man, and I ask you once again, who is the man that you are going to choose to create in life? That's me, Cam.